Greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars dad, Nooch Too Good, and I've been getting a lot of questions lately about Wampa and SWGOH Opress as solo artists in early levels of Grand Arena. A lot of people asking me, what do they counter? What do I use Wampa against? What do I use SWGOH against? And I think these are good questions to answer. To answer these questions, we're going to go straight to SWGOH.GG Grand Arena Insights or GAC Insights. If you want to take advantage of a great tool for only $10 a month, I get no kickback on this, by the way, but SWGOH.GG, use and sign up there, use their insights. You see me use it all the time in Grand Arenas. It's a great tool available to you to see Grand Arena counters out there for you in every specific situation that you've got, and especially in this situation. So what I've done is I pulled up Wampa here. We're going to take a look at SWGOH Opress as a solo artist too. We know that eventually SWGOH goes over to the Treya team or other teams. Wampa is always alone. The Omicron requires that Wampa plays alone. And Wampa, honestly, for me, has lasted. I'm still using Wampa in Kyber 3 to this day. So anyway, we see some of the standards up here. Grievous is a standard counter for Wampa. Actually, you only see one standard here at the top. Down here, Mon Mothma is another standard counter for Wampa. Phoenix without Captain Rex, no duh. That's just a crap team. Ewoks, again, no duh. It's not that big of a challenge. Ewoks, outside of Conquest and Galactic Challenges, Ewoks just aren't much to get excited about. And by the way, is that a Wicket? No, that's a Chirp Elite. It looks like Wicket. Anyway, so, yeah, they're going to counter Ewoks in Grand Arena. A Conquest and Galactic Challenges, when they stun you every time you attack out of turn, yikes, that's brutal. So, Geos, I don't recommend this one. And by the way, I did go through here, and I've done this without attacking Datacrons. Let me go ahead and do this here. So, this is Wampa's without attacking Datacrons. I wanted to look at it on its surface. I previously pulled it up, and there's a Wampacron that's out there right now that I've got, and a lot of you guys have. And that Wampacron is kind of skewing the numbers a little bit. So I just wanted to go here and show you these how this works. You can see all of these Wampa wins against Geos are under gear Geos. You're not going to get wins against Relic Geos. There was a couple Relics there. A full Relic Geo squad, though, I'm not even finding one here. But if we go to Descending, we're going to see a lot of losses. No, Ascending, sorry. Here's a lot of losses against full Relic Geo squads. So don't try the full Relic squads. They're just not even there against a G12 squad. I don't recommend using Wampa against the Geos. 33% of people are getting it done, so congratulations. Not this guy. Use your Vader or Iden Versio, or there's a ton of bounty hunters or Night Sisters. I don't know. Let's see here. Speaking of Night Sisters, here they are. Wampa 40%. Again, I don't see this as a real good counter, and I'll bet that. Well, that's a full Relic squad there, with even a Gear 12 Marin. No Datacrons anywhere. That actually worked. Interesting. It's actually beating some, and there's even with the Datacron it beats. I'll bet this is going to be very mod dependent then. Yeah, of course, low gear Night Sisters. Sure, you just AoE them and knock them off the plate. But I'll bet this is very mod dependent on having bad mods on those Night Sisters. And when you think about it, the Night Sisters drop Plague on you, and this is any Night Sisters with a Datacron you can forget about. There's Night Sisters without a Datacron not working. Marin kind of makes this different too, but when they drop Plague ignores your protection. And the big thing about Wampa is she gets protection up with that AoE. So, what is this? Multi-shot leads? I don't understand this. Multi-shot leads losses. That's a weird thing to mix in there. I'm not even sure what's referring to. Okay, anyway, sorry. Hey, Old Republic, big win. This is a team you're only going to see in lower levels of Grand Arena. This is going to fade. Occasionally, you'll see it, like when you get up to Kyber and Erodium. But this is a team people throw out there because they've farmed the Revens. They just want to throw a team on defense. They throw Carthonasi with the Old Republic out there. Just not a very good team. It doesn't really make any sense, and Wampa dispatches it pretty easily. Iden Versio, that's a classic, another classic. Grievous, Mon Mothma, Iden Versio. If I didn't say it already, I can't remember, but those are the three classic counters. I see Iden Versio on defense all the time in Kyber 3. I don't know why people do it, because even with Scout Trooper in there, I still get it done. Unless you guys saw a short recently where they had Piet and Veers in there with the Omicron, where they all stack up Iden's offense, and then it didn't work at all. So there's Mon Mothma. Here's gas. 26% against gas. I don't recommend this, but I have done it. I have gotten this done before, but you're going to see, yeah, low gear, low gear, low gear. Any of these wins are going to be against low gear gas. No Zetas on gas there. 4 Zetas, gear 12. That's actually about the ceiling of battles you're going to be able to get done with Wampa against the gas team. Is the entire 500 first is gear 12 and gas is relic 3. That is going to be this. You're not going to see anything bigger than. Well, I lied. I don't know how this one got done. That's going to be some serious RNG on your side. This is not a recommended counter, although I have done it, but against lower gear gas in the past. So I've gotten it done. Wow, that's actually a big win right there with a Datacron even. Man, I don't know if those are that. That's not that great of a Datacron. But anyway, some things I'm surprised at. The full relic team, I'm really surprised. Against low gear gas teams, you would have some success. We look at it here, you're going to see a bunch of relic. Just forget it. It's not, they're not even making a dent in this team. And I guess it's going to be mod dependent there as well. I don't recommend that. You see a low gear gas team, missing some Zetas, maybe you can pull it off. Grievous again, Phoenix. Here's a Phoenix with Rex. That's only 11%. That tells you all you need to know. Once Rex goes in there, I'm surprised it's 11%. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not a 0. And again, I'll bet that the 11% is going to be against some, there's like a gear 11 Rex, or gear 10 Rex right there. Gear 7 Rex. Yeah, this is low gear. Low gear, that's the only way to get that done. Otherwise, because what'll happen with a low gear Rex is you'll knock him out with an AoE and get it done, but otherwise you just forget about it. Captain Phasma has been one that I've done along the way, and this is going to include like First Order TIE Pilot Omicrons, and I do this. I do have success with this against First Order. There it is, First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. It adds 100 speed, gets a bunch of extra stats to the First Order team, but I don't care. If I see that team, Wampa's going to clean it up. You got to have the right mods on Wampa. What are the right mods on Wampa? A health set. You want as much health on her as possible with a tenacity cross, maybe one tenacity set on there. That's the right set for a Wampa, because I know you're going to ask me in comments. Even though I have multiple videos about multiple things, the right set for Wampa is a full health set, 6-dot health mods, and a tenacity cross, maybe a 1 tenacity set. Maybe you want health on her and tenacity. The health feeds bonus protection when she gets protection up from the AoE. Jawa's 98%. You get a team of Jawas. Go ahead and throw Wampa out there. She'll take care of business. I think we're going to be running out of counters now. Sith Eternal. There's one. There's one. That's a lone Sith Eternal at 50%. I actually think Wampa would work better against a full set of Sith, so she'd have time to build up there while taking him out. We'll take a look, see if there's any more Sith Eternal that pop up. I'm surprised it's only 50%, though. I get this done pretty consistently with my Wampa. Maybe that's because I have Datacrons, even just like basic Datacrons. Bad Batch, that does not look like a good matchup for us. I've never tried that one. Again, you're winning against low gear Bad Batch. As the gear improves, you can forget about it and put your Wampa away. Bounty Hunters with Boss, that's not a great idea, especially with Mando in there. You know, eventually they're going to get their contract, and then you're just gonna be, well, actually, would they get their contract? Probably not, because you get your contract by hitting debuffed enemies. There might be tenacity down in here, I'm not sure. But yeah, 15%. You're not doing that very often. Again, I'll bet low gear. Yeah, you're winning against low gear characters there. Lone Grievous, fine. I'm looking for more Sith Eternal Tuskens. When you attack out of turn, you get stunned, or you just get stunned by attacking once they get 10 stacks. That I'm not surprised this doesn't work. And again, I'll bet it is low gear. There's a couple of relics up top, a couple of relics mixed in, but mostly low gear Tuskens are going to be wiped out with one or two good solid AoEs. Hey, Shock T and the clones. Yeah, this is one that does work. I've used this a lot, and I'm surprised it's only 69%. That's a pretty good counter for Wampa to go against. This is all the low gear stuff. So it's working against the low gear. I wonder if it does. There's a relic team. Yeah, I've had success with this. That's a relic 8 ARC Trooper in there. So this person had gas, but stuck him on a different team. Yeah, it is working against the relic teams. I'm not surprised at all that works. You just don't see this team on defense all that much anymore. Trying to find more Sith Eternals. CLS, don't try that. Don't do this. 207 people have tried that? Don't try that. That's not a good idea. Treya, no, don't try that. Not a good idea. Zori Bliss, bad call. Let's find a Sith Eternal here. Let's find that matchup, because I've done that a bunch. People don't put Sith Eternal on defense very much, though, so that's the thing. Let's view these battles. Solo there, 11% against a full. Well, there's I'm surprised this is so low. Maybe it's because I've got it sorted by no Datacrons applied at all. Maybe just having a little bit of Datacron on there works, but I've countered not with these Darth Revan, Darth Malak in there. You can forget about that, but I have definitely done a lot of Sith Eternal countering. Maybe there's been some tweaks in some kits or something that make it more difficult these days. I don't know. There's 66% against kind of a... Maybe it's the Dooku with all the counters. Dooku, when he gets riposte, just ignores your protection, so that would be a problem. I can see Dooku being a real problem if he's on the team there. So I guess there are some teams that work against, but not that many of them. So let's turn our sights over to Savage Opress. And here are those Savage Opress counters. And again, I'm going to say Savage Opress is I'm going to say an early game solo artist. Occasionally late game, you'll end up having him solo or use him like that. You want to get some extra banners and you got some bad teams in back. For the most part, once you get Traya unlocked on your roster with her Omicron, you put Savage Opress with his Omicron on her team to tank on there. Again, for the mods on Savage Opress, it's going to be a bunch of health, maybe some offense mixed in. You want as much health in this guy as possible, and you've got to have his Zeta and his Omicron, of course. And General Grievous, I'm surprised this is only 78%. I guess maybe you can get hung up on Droideka in damage immunity. That's the biggest hurdle to overcome here, but 78%, that's a generally accepted counter for Savage. CLS, this is a little bit higher than I thought it would be. I want to take a look at these here. Yeah, these are all Relic CLS teams, so he is beating these teams. This is somewhat challenging. You got to catch the right break on it, because what happens is you get rid of these other 4 guys, and for me, I think you kill Chewie first, then you get over to Han and Chupio, because you got to get rid of Chewie because of the guard. But CLS at the end, he can get into a loop if he's got enough speed where he's constantly recovering his health and protection with his, I don't know what the ability's called, but his swinging around ability, and you just can't get through the guy. But, 65% of the time it's working. There's another Grievous team with Newt in there, 50%, 100% against Jawas, 100% against Ewoks, 60. You're seeing a lot of the same counters here, right? Like, very similar mechanics and ideas between a solo Wampa, who has to be solo, and a solo Savage Opress, who does not a solo Savage Opress. You can see here there's a lot less battles. 22, 183, the most battles against Grievous, but 56 here. You remember Wampa was down here, we were still in the 200-300s as far as battles, so a lot less battles for Savage for the reasons I mentioned earlier, but a lot of the same teams. Here's Phasma, and I'm going to guess, Omicron, First Order TIE Pilot Omicron. So yeah, you're still seeing this work against the First Order TIE Pilot Omicron with a Phasma there. There's Grievous with BB-8, a little less effective with BB-8. He's adding some more speed to those droids that makes it a little more difficult. I think it's more turn meter for droids too. Old Republic, Ewoks, Phoenix with no Rex. Phoenix with Rex is actually 60%. That's pretty impressive. Again though, low gear. Low gear, yeah. You're not getting this done against a Relic Rex. You can just forget about it. Just go home, keep your Savage Opress tucked away, and don't worry about it. Grievous there. Mon Mothma, same counter, right? So yeah, we went over the Wampa counters, and Savage ends up working for most of the same types of counters. There's an Iden Versio team working there. There's a Tuskens working there. The cool thing about a Savage is, even when he gets stunned, he doesn't really resist stun, but every time he takes damage, he's gaining 30% turn meter. So if he takes damage 3 times, he's going to have a turn built in automatically. Bad Batch, don't try that one. Solo Jedi Training Rey was tried twice. That's weird. And that worked 100%. That's not surprising. These Akbar teams, Rolo teams, they're just garbage. You can just go ahead and launch them. There's CLS there. Hey, look at that. 2 battles against the Inquisitors without Grand Inquisitor. Low gear. Okay, those are low gear and Grand Inquisitors out there. We're getting to some more low gear stuff here. That Sana Staros team, everybody's excited about for a minute and now has been neutered. So, anywho, 50% against gas. Let's see that. Low gear 12, gear 12, yeah. All right, so there you go. These are the teams. Savage seems to be a little bit more limited, and again, his use is more limited. So, there's your teams that you can use Wampa and Savage against. Savage specifically in early rounds of Grand Arena. The biggest one here is Savage against CLS can be a counter for you if you got Savage modded right. You got the right relic levels on them. You can get some stuff done there. And there you go. These are the teams that Wampa and Savage counter in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Let me know. Maybe you've got a random one out there that I'm missing, but I did this without Datacrons for sure. Well, I forgot to do without Datacrons on Savage, but you know, there's no Savage Cron out there at the moment. So everybody, hey, have a great day. I will talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.